Good evening, Cena streamers, and welcome to the 2025 Little Ladies' Day event in Final Fantasy XIV. We're here stood in the performance area in Ul'dah, where this event typically takes place, and because I don't have extra time to wait for it not to rain, we're gonna do it in the rain. So before we even get started, we have a few NPCs out and about, standing around in the Songbirds colors. Let's see what they have to say. Ma'am? Other ma'am? Sir? I know they have something to say. I also cannot believe it started raining. That's so unfair. When's the next act? It should be starting any moment. The anticipation is killing me. Okay. So yep, this is our stage setup. As usual, we have our royal seneschal with our quest. We have a royal handmaiden who should be our vendor for the event, and the royal servant with some information for us. So let's start with him. Hello, royal servant.
Good morrow to you, adventurer. Have you any questions regarding the history of Little Ladies' Day? I am at your service.
What is Little Ladies' Day?
Once a year, when the peach blossoms come to bloom, Eorzea celebrates all the lovely and spirited young maidens who bring such joy to our realm. The origins of the holiday can be traced back to events that happened some 3 centuries past, when the Thorn dynasty still reigned in Ul'dah. The plucky princess, Edvia, tired of being sequestered within palace walls by her overprotective father, the Sultan Baldric Thorn, exchanged garb with a miller girl and wandered off into town in search of adventure. Upon learning of his daughter's disappearance, the Sultan was stricken with panic. He summoned the palace guard, down to the last man, and ordered them to tear the city apart to see that no harm befell his precious princess. And tear the city apart they did. The poor miller, whose daughter assisted the princess in her escape, saw his house nigh ripped from the ground, while the family was threatened with imprisonment and worse. To the good fortune of all, Princess Edvia was soon found just outside the palace walls. When she confessed the true reason that she had run away, her father was racked with guilt for his actions. He had the miller's house rebuilt by his most skilled craftsmen, and offered to personally serve as seneschal to the miller girl for a day to atone for his actions. The common folk were deeply moved by their sultan's newfound compassion. The sultan himself, vowing to never forget the lesson he had learned, declared that each year he would serve as seneschal for a young girl chosen from the townspeople by lot. The tradition continued long after Sultan Baldric's death, living on even as the Thorn dynasty gave way to the Ul. In time, it spread to other nations, where it took on new forms, eventually evolving into the Little Ladies' Day celebrations that we know and love today.
Okay. Tell me more about that princess. Who is Princess Edvia?
Princess Edvia was the one and only daughter of Sultan Baldric of House Thorn, the Huron noble house that ruled Ul'dah some 300 years ago to the day. Her disappearance from the palace, the commotion that followed, and its eventual resolution, oft retold as the Legend of the Lost Lady, are said to represent the origins of the celebration we now know as Little Ladies' Day. It is said that before the events of that day, relations between the spirited princess and her stern, overly protective father were strained at best. Though the father claimed to love his daughter dearly, the form this love took was the stifling sort. The princess's disappearance and return changed everything. Sultan Baldric gained a newfound respect for his daughter's independent nature, while Princess Edvia realized that her father's treatment of her was born of simple misunderstanding, not lack of love. The bonds between the two grew only stronger in the months and years to follow, and the two came to be celebrated as the most ideal embodiment of father and daughter that the realm had ever seen.
Huh. Okay, thanks. As for the event vendor, the Royal Handmaiden offers us 2 types of confetti, peach and cherry, which I do have stock of, but we will do a quick little demonstration of each. They are little flower petals. Very cute, great for in-game celebrations. So the peach is some red and pink flowers. The cherry is just light pink, mixed in with some sparkles each. If you have the space and inclination, stock up on them. You can combine them in G-pose for fun effects. So all of that said, I do believe we're set to start the quest. Hello, Royal Seneschal. What awaits us this year? A princely persona. The Royal Seneschal is planning something new for Little Ladies' Day. This quest is available for a limited time only. Yes, I'm painfully aware. Ah, Naya, how wonderful to have such a reliable helper on hand. As you've no doubt noticed, the Little Ladies' Day festivities are upon us once more. By the way, I must ask, you know of the Songbirds, do you not? How silly of me, of course you do. That trio of princess-styled entertainers were relatively unknown when they first took to the stage, but they've since become a Little Ladies' Day staple. Now we hope to introduce another such sensation, but this time the singer will be butler-themed. I've titled this new act the Seneschal Prince, a royal among servants and loyal servant to his princess. The prince in question is scheduled to debut in the upcoming festival performance, but 'twould seem our chosen star is yet to return from picking up his costume. Though there is ample time ere the show begins, his prolonged absence is a source of concern, to say the least. If only I were not so preoccupied with preparations. Would you mind looking in on him for me? Picot is his name, and he was meant to be speaking with a designer at Eshtam's Aesthetics. You can count on me, my Royal Seneschal. I came fit for the occasion. I would be grateful if you could see what is keeping young Picot, and doubly so if you could render any needed assistance. He was on his way to Eshtam's Aesthetics the last time we spoke. Okie dokie. And Eshtam's Aesthetics is a shop next to the Goldsmiths Guild, if I recall correctly, a jewelry shop. You can buy certain accessories there when leveling through A Realm Reborn. Indeed, over here near the Goldsmiths Guild. Here's the gold court in the middle of Ul'dah, which always gets decked out for seasonal events. It's quite lovely. Sure enough, Picot and Marabel. Marabel made her first appearance in a previous event as well. Picot looking like a K-pop star a little bit. I see you. No, darling, no. What I need from you is specifics. Oh. Does anybody else here look distinct or unusual? No, these folks are always here, I believe. Yep, all these folks are normally here, so we'll just move on and speak with Picot. It has to shine with a sharp, frozen brilliance, like a blizzard slicing through the darkest night. And it should dazzle like a searing flame, threatening to burn your fingers at the merest touch. Doesn't that sound amazing? Wait, which do you want? A freezing blizzard or a burning flame? Oh, maybe you can help. How can we create a silvery costume that melts into chaotic darkness? Should I give up on the shiny elements? Maybe? Naya, how lovely to see you, darling. Why, we haven't spoken since you helped me snatch victory in the walk-off. What brings you to Ishtams?
I was sent here to help this fine fellow, because he's missing from the stage.
Here at the Royal Seneschal's bidding, you say? Well, I could certainly use some guidance with this costuming conundrum. The costume itself is largely complete. I simply wanted to add the finishing flair in accordance with the prince's wishes, but I'm struggling to envision the image he's trying to convey.
Well, there are just so many dimensions to looking dashing. How can one narrow the options down to a single idea?
Forgive me, darlings, but I've other projects to attend to. Would you mind coming back once you've helped the lad decide on a more definitive direction? Sure thing. Thanks.
This is not going well. I couldn't ask for a better opportunity, and here I am, ruining my own debut. It was Naya, yes? I am sorry to drag you into this dilemma of mine. Of all those who auditioned, they chose me to be the Seneschal Prince. My job is now to become a star performer, and creating a dashing and princely persona seemed the best way to achieve that. So I did my research into the subject, delving into books about the most gallant individuals, how they act, how they dress, that sort of thing. But when I tried to explain, it all came out a jumbled mess. What makes the Seneschal Prince a prince among seneschals? Come to think of it, what exactly is a seneschal, anyway?
Our options are an unobtrusive servant who anticipates his master's needs, a person of impeccably proper manners, or perhaps you should have researched that instead. So, I did check this out on some other characters to see if there are different dialogue responses. And wouldn't you know it, there are. Our path of divergence with these dialogue options is quite short, thankfully. So with our first two options here, we actually get the same response from Picot here. So whether you choose an unobtrusive servant who anticipates his master's needs, or a person of impeccably proper manners, you will get Picot responding with, Then my fixation on being dashing was entirely the wrong approach. So what we're gonna do is choose this third option and be a little sassy. Perhaps you should have researched that instead.
You may be right. I've been approaching this from entirely the wrong angle.
And on this next dialogue, they all converge. He all says the same thing.
But at least now one thing is clear. I must learn the ways of a seneschal if I'm to be the best seneschal prince I can be. You seem a knowledgeable sort. Left to my own devices, I fear wasting time on the wrong thing again. Will you help me with my research?
Of course.
Huzzah! Then, first things first, I say we speak with a wide variety of townsfolk, and learn what the general public expects of a seneschal. Let's split up that we might gather as many opinions as possible. I'll leave the steps of Thal to you, and we can meet at the Gold Court afterwards.
Sounds great. We have no one left over here to speak with, so we will make our way to our assigned interview location.
Locations, we have 3. Let's start with someone outside the Weavers Guild. Hello, well-dressed noblewoman.
Seneschal? Why, yes, of course. I have one in my employ. The accomplished ones foresee what must be done, and act without need for instruction. Those who stand around awaiting orders have no business taking the position.
Anything else?
A seneschal who cannot act on his own initiative is not worthy of the title.
And our next 2 take us to the markets. So we'll head over to the Sapphire Avenue Exchange. A bargain hunter. Hi ma'am, could I bother you with your opinion on seneschals?
Ah, that word ever puts me in mind of the first royal seneschal himself, Sultan Baldric. It said that every year one girl was chosen from the townspeople by lot, and he would attend to that lucky lass as her personal servant for the entire day. The festival is no longer about choosing a single princess, of course, but oh, how I still daydream about having an attentive seneschal at my beck and call. As a child, whenever Little Ladies' Day came around, I would always hold out hope that this would be the year I was chosen.
Anything else?
I'm rather taken with Sultan Baldric's seneschal for a day idea. Having someone devoted to your needs alone is like a dream come true, don't you agree?
And our third interview, down past the medicine merchant, the Fantasia peddler whom I have not engaged with, a resting server.
My impressions of a seneschal? Well, they strike me as people who excel at preparations. Performing tasks to a demanding lord or lady's satisfaction hinges upon their ability to think ahead, to plan events to perfection. My work as a server at the Quicksand is similar in some respects. We have a special Little Ladies' Day menu on offer this year, and I have everything memorized. The ingredients, the presentation, the flavors, down to the smallest detail. Everything from the main course to the beverages and desserts will be perfect. Above and beyond one's prescribed duties, a server's mission is to ensure as many happy customers as possible.
That's good insight. Anything else?
Preparation for things in advance is a skill both seneschals and servers have in common. There is no better way to ensure satisfaction, be it for a customer or the master of the house.
Wonderful. Thank you so much. And now we go rendezvous with Picot in the Gold Court. There's not a terribly convenient shortcut here. You could go to the Chamber of Rule and then hop over the railing, but it's fine. It's pretty. Do we have anybody secret here? I don't think so. Just the usual sitting on the bench who are always here. Alright, Picot. How did your investigations go? Oh, guess what, Naya? I was asking about seneschals in Pearl Lane, and a merchant offered me an amazing bargain. He showed me a rare urn of incalculable worth, but even the heavily discounted price was far more coin than I could afford. Come to think of it, what do urns have to do with seneschals, anyway? This one doesn't have any dialogue difference. This one's purely flavor for your own character. So you can either say, nothing, I'd wager, or could it be that you're a little too trusting? And since we were cheeky to start, we're gonna be cheeky again. My friend. You get a little distracted, don't you? Oh, was I on the wrong track again? I could have sworn. It's okay. what else did you learn? I see. So, a seneschal is someone who serves others, someone who anticipates what needs to be done and prepares for those tasks in advance. In my case, then, I should be a seneschal who serves his fans? Yes. When I put it like that, it just feels right. I should be thinking of ways I can make the crowds happy. And that's exactly what I'll do. Now, if you could stick around a while longer, I'd appreciate some help in becoming the best seneschal I can be. Alright. This is a 2-quest event, so it's a little longer than the last seasonal event we got, but still not very long. Picot, what else have you got? Nobody showed up as sneaking around corners, right? Okay. A princely debut, and here's where the event rewards come in. Nice full 5-piece set of Glamour. Picot ponders over an appropriate direction for his stage persona. I am to don the mantle of the Seneschal Prince. Yet while I've grasped a clear picture of the theme, I must needs think of how best to embody the manner. You sure do. A seneschal exists to serve, to ensure happiness and satisfaction, which, incidentally, is how all this began for me. Oh, do tell. I once knew a girl, years ago. She was my childhood friend, my cherished princess. But, alas, she was born with a terrible ailment. She could not rise from bed, let alone leave the house, and thus I took it upon myself to bring the outside world to her. I acted out all sorts of tales, a hero's saga, a jester at court. If she wished to hear of it, if it would but make her smile, I would assume any role under the sky. One fateful day I happened to see a songstress in town. She dazzled the audience, and the elated looks upon their faces. I had to rush back to my princess's bedside to share the experience. I sang and danced my heart out for my audience of one, a performance for her and her alone. Oh, how her eyes lit up! Her happiness was everything I ever wanted. It spurred me to practice day and night, and as I did, I began to feel I truly was a famous performer. Then, all too soon, did Thal call her to his somber halls. I see. Ever since, I've dreamed of making a big name for myself as a singer. If I could perform upon some grand stage, then perhaps my voice would rise up and reach her ears once more. That's why I auditioned for the role of the Seneschal Prince, and why I leapt for joy when I heard that I'd been chosen. Yet, even though I began all this for her, it has become every bit my own dream as well. I yearn to sing as that songstress did, and stir the hearts of the crowd. That is good. Thank you for listening, Naya. Talking to someone helps to put my thoughts in order. Right, back to the task at hand. Once I've settled on how to best serve my audience, then I should have all the specifics Marabel needs to finish the costume. Let's head over to the Little Lady's Day stage, shall we? With the better part of the preparations finished, it's likely begun to draw a crowd. The sight might inspire some ideas for my seneschal debut. Alright, back out to the stage we go then. Under the stars. But hey, did it stop raining at least? Alright, no more rain, cool. Ooh, there's some new people that did show up. Don't mind me, Picot. I'll be back. We're gonna talk to them. Hello, Quicksand employee. There's always quite a crowd gathered by the stage. Perhaps I should have a word with the Royal Seneschal and ask if I can pass out some flyers.
The Songbirds fanatic, how are you doing? The heavenly Norumi will soon be here in person. I thought of nothing else for days and days. Oh, that one's definitely not a lady. My bad. Ah, there you are. Work on the stage proceeds apace. Will Picot be ready to perform? He should be. We're working on it.
Let us spare not the smallest detail. We'll give the fans a show to remember.
Alright. Picot, how are you feeling? What are we looking for? The following event cannot be skipped. You may wish to cancel any pending duty finder registrations. Joke's on you, I don't have any of those. Let's examine the stage with Picot.
The stagehand seems swamped with last-moment adjustments, and you can see the fans have already begun to gather. If I'm to decide how to act as the Seneschal Prince, then it's now or never. Let's see what clues the scene has to offer us.
Okay. Picot.
How can I serve the crowd? Aside from the usual singing and dancing, there must be something I can do.
And that's all you say? That is all he says. Quicksand employee.
Ah, an employee of the Quicksand. Did they not mention offering some exclusive menu over the course of Little Lady's Day?
They sure did. Beverage and dessert included.
Knowing such a thing is only available during the festival makes it all the more tempting, doesn't it?
I wonder if they'd be willing to bring out a light meal for the audience. Not only would it benefit the fans, but it would also be an excellent promotion for the Quicksand itself. Lovely. So, in this little instance, you notice there was two options. You can simply inspect the same person again to check the other option. I was curious about that myself, that exclusive menu. But, all of these responses are exactly the same, regardless of which options you choose. Songbird fans.
See there, a particularly eager Songbirds fan. Come early to ensure a front-row experience, no doubt.
Picot, we're gonna have a talk about your counting skills.
Rather too early, in fact. My act is the first on the program, so he'll be in for quite a long wait before his idols take the stage.
Can we make him more comfortable?
Yes, of course. He must be exhausted from standing there all this time. The least I can do is make him more comfortable for the duration of my performance.
And just for fun to confirm, we'll check the second option, or should we bring him a bite to eat?
Yes, of course, he says the same thing again.
And our third point of inspection is the Royal Seneschal himself.
Yes, of course. If we're speaking of seneschals, we should look no further than the Royal Seneschal himself. Such a courteous demeanor, and so precise in his movements. Now that I think on it, no matter the work we do together, he is never less than thorough with his preparations. And I imagine he would be more than willing to help us implement any new plan we might propose. I've been thinking, Naya. There is no rule which demands people must stand to cheer and enjoy a performance, is there? Why not have the Quicksand deliver some light refreshments, Little Lady's Day themed, of course, and aim for a more relaxed experience? I mean, it's hardly a novel concept. One often orders a meal while taking in a play, or has a flagon in hand when the minstrel strums his lute in the tavern. We would simply encourage the same idea.
Naturally, I shall rouse the crowd with song and dance, but this will help define the seneschal side of my stage character. That sounds great. The act is finally coming together. As the Seneschal Prince, I shall both serve and entertain. Come, there's not a moment to lose. I must first consult with the Royal Seneschal, and then hurry off to make my request to Mistress Momodi at the Quicksand. But I also must inform Marabel of my costuming decisions. There's no time! And these two options, again, are purely flavor for your own character. You can either say, shall I talk to her in your stead? Or, let's divide the tasks between us. And Naya will just offer, shall I talk to her for you? You would do that for me? Oh, thank you, Naya. I would be most grateful if you could explain the costume concept to Marabel for me. You can count on me. You truly are my savior. I give you my word, the show will be a great success. Please do be sure to attend. I will, don't you worry. Alright, so we still have the same folks out here. Let's see. Do they say anything different? That's the same. Oh, that's the same. Oh, Picot's over here now. Let's see. Yes. The idea has merit. I shall arrange for tables to be brought out. Which is why I was hoping to organize the event to allow people to eat and drink while they make merry. Let us spare not the smallest detail. We'll give the fans a show to remember. Alright, they're having their conversation. And we are off to deliver the final notes to Marabel. Which I guess is, he's leaning into the Seneschal a bit. He's going to aim to serve. Which, I suppose, is more concrete than dashing blizzard flaming inferno? I trust Marabel. She's a good seamstress. She can figure it out. There's our southern belle right there. Hello, darling. Naya, darling, how fares our princely seneschal? He's finally ready for the stage. So the show will feature a healthy dash of hospitality, eh? Sounds fabulous. A singer with a seneschal's poise and a prince's style. Yes, darling, I know exactly what this costume needs. Leave it to me. Please let the Royal Seneschal know that I'll have the outfit ready in time for the performance. Can do, will do. And I'll get to it. She's so cute, I love her. And we get to go right back out to the front. So I'm gonna scoot over to the Adventurers Guild. I wonder if Momodi has anything to say, since this is directly involving the quicksand. Let's pop in and find out. I doubt it, but I'm curious. Momodi! How do you feel about Little Ladies' Day? You don't. Okay. I still love you, Momodi. Bye! Okay. We can no longer speak. When's the next act? Should be starting any moment. The anticipation is killing me. Alright, it's the same they said as before, but you know, I love my pop-up text. Thank you for lending a hand to young Picot. 'Tis good to know the issue with his costume has been resolved. As I mentioned, the Seneschal Prince is to be the main new attraction for this year's Little Ladies' Day, and Picot himself is to give the show's opening address. I cannot imagine how events might have unfolded without your assistance. You will stay and watch his performance, yes? Of course. Magical daytime! Yay!
been standing for so long my feet have fallen asleep, but at least the show is about to begin.
More Songbird fans!
It should be starting any moment now. The first act is the debut performance for a new singer, isn't it? The Seneschal, Prince?
What would a prince of seneschals be like, anyway? I have no idea what to expect.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to our Little Ladies' Day performance.
K-pop heartthrob, dun 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 dun.
I am Picot, the Seneschal Prince, and I shall be your guide to an ephemeral world of wonder. I imagine you are all weary from the wait. Though it be but a trifle, we have taken the liberty of arranging for refreshments, a special festival menu prepared by our friends at the Quicksand. Peach-infused tea, accompanied by a selection of spring-inspired sweets. We invite you to enjoy these delights while you enjoy the show. That's for us! Thank the gods, I was so thirsty! Oh, our new menu has been on my mind all day. What a lovely gesture! I am overjoyed to see you thus pleased. Should this repast meet with your approval, pray consider a visit to the Quicksand following the show. But with that said, I must ask that you keep all eyes on me. Without your full attention, I am wont to grow jealous. Fair princesses, won't you step closer? I promise this shall be a princely performance to remember. Settle in, my dear audience, and enjoy the spectacle of the Seneschal Prince.
He not only entertains with song and dance, but also captures the crowd's hearts with warm hospitality. A wonderful display.
Agreed.
Ah, the Songbirds. Not bad, not bad. It seems we have quite a show to follow. And the Songbirds will deliver. We'll take the stage by storm and build this excitement to a raging crescendo. Very cute, very nice.
And then it was nighttime again. Whoops.
The Seneschal Prince's debut has been a grand success. The audience was thoroughly entertained. They sure were. Alright, Picot, I'll come right back to you in just a second. Give me a moment. I'm just making sure. No, that's a carrot. Okay. Oh no, what do they say? Tell me things. Tell me things, NPCs. Oh no! I missed the text bubble. I need it. I need it back. I couldn't look away. What's the next act? Me either. Oh, all hail the Seneschal Prince. Okay, these three are still saying the same thing. It looks like these folks don't have any dialogue. Neither do you. I wonder if this is a returning character. He looks vaguely familiar, but he also looks very old NPC generic. Nothing over here. Alright. Picot, you did great.
Naya, thank you for coming to my performance. It was also magical. To see such enjoyment upon each face in the crowd was an indescribable feeling. And did you see how they responded to the touches of hospitality? The Quicksand server even came over to thank me for how quickly word spread about their festival menu.
What a stunning debut by the Seneschal Prince. We've already been swamped with demands to know when you'll be performing next. In fact, I'm thinking of setting up an encore performance while the festival is still ongoing.
Is that so? Well, then, I shan't disappoint my fans. I wonder if my dear friend was watching me too, from Thal's distant halls.
I bet she was.
By which I say is the ethereal sea, which is not that distant, but is distant. Thank you again for giving me this opportunity. For as long as I have the privilege of standing on that stage, I mean to spend every moment delighting all who attend.
Yeah?
Ah, I almost forgot. I had Marabel craft you a matching costume. I was not alone up there in front of that crowd. I felt you standing beside me, as you have been every step of the way. Given your part in all this, you are every bit a Seneschal Princess. So, please, do me the honor of accepting this gift.
Oh, thanks, Picot.
"'Tis the least I can offer for your patient assistance. Now, I must be off to prepare for my next appearance."
Good luck, Picot! I, too, offer my sincerest gratitude for elevating our celebrations to ever greater heights. The Little Ladies' Day festivities have only just begun, but I suggest you go and enjoy them while they last.
Okay, Royal Seneschal, thanks so much.
And that concludes the quest proper. But you know what that means. I get to go and run around the environment and see who I can find. But first, here's your event reminder that anytime you get an item where the Armoire icon is lit up, which if you look in the tooltip in the bottom right, in the upper right of that tooltip are 3 little icons, and the rightmost of those icons signifies whether or not an item can be stored in the Armoire. The Armoire is free storage. Please make use of it. Inventory in this game is kind of a nightmare, as you can tell by my own. Teehee. So yeah, we're gonna go, before we do anything else, we're gonna go store that in the Armoire, which is very conveniently located in the inn room, which is literally right next to the event. Wink wonk. It's a very simple process. You talk to the innkeep, you go into the inn room, and then you engage with the Armoire. And then you tell it, I want to store an item. And then you do. And now they're safe forever. And you can use them on your glamour plates, or you can apply them to your gear directly, from an in-room. Check it out. Ready? Cast Glamour. I'm gonna do it from the Armoire. Oh my gosh. Look at this. It's right there. There it is. And not required for Armoire items. You don't need glamour prisms if you do it this way. It's great. It's really great. The only downside is you can't save dyes. You have to use dyes on top after you do it this way. But like, please use the Armoire. Amazing. I'm actually going to do the whole set. For now, we'll finish off on this one. Which, to be fair, it's probably easier to do this directly from the Armoire. I was just showing off the fact that you don't have to. If you're in the in-room, you can do it this way. But there's kind of a lot of options, huh? There's the Prince headset. So yeah, nope, not that option. If you go to the remove menu, you can cast glamours from here as well. That's not the right one. It's in 1. Here we go. And this puts it very conveniently in the categories from which they derive. So right click, apply glamour. Yes. Right click, apply glamour. Yes. Ta-da! And now we are all Seneschal Princed up. Now Naya is not really a red girly, so let's see. What does that die? Oh, that's the full metal bit. And if we flip it, I assume it's that little back piece that gets white. Yep. Channel 1 is the metal structure. Channel 2 is the little rectangle on the back of the mic section. What's the default color for that? Oh, it's already kind of a bluish. That's nice. What dyes do I have on me, actually? Do I have metallic brass? Sure do. Okay. Maybe. Or, what are the default colors? I don't mind that metal. That metal's fine. We don't need to dye that piece. It is the others. The red. Yes. Black and white. We use that very often. Beautiful. And let's see how these dye. What's the difference here? Ah, the wristband and then the glove itself. I'm content with the defaults being black, so we're not going to change the gloves. For here, main dye is the pants, and the secondary dye is the asymmetrical belt strap. Not the belt itself, but the decorative strap. Oh, and the pocket lining. Only the back pocket, though. That's interesting. The front pockets stay black. Okay. A little bit silly, but fine. We will once again just do the second one. And the boots. I also don't necessarily want to dye these, but let's see what the channels are. Ah, the metal remains the same. And dye channel 1 is the front section, and dye channel 2 is the back and down to the toes. Interesting choice. But now that we're all glammed up and our outfit is stored, let's go check out the environment and see what NPCs, what characters may have emerged. I do know for a fact we have one set up here. Ahaha! This trio one day soon our time will come. The homunculi shall be next to rule the stage. Oh, did I miss what you say? For a sweet celebration, how sweetly we shall croon. This is a boy band that Mycenta over in Gridania has investment in. They factored into either a side quest and or a past seasonal event. So they're here, strumming along. They're meant to be rivals or competition for the Songbirds, a foil to them. I don't know that anybody is back here that's not usually here. And you go too much further and you leave the event area. Behold, the music changed. Yeah. Oh, nice! We have some poo-poos.
So, this is a festival. Fascinating.
Which I assume you must have completed the Endwalker Hildebrand quests to see these two out here. This is Pupu and his friend, who I don't remember if we ever got a name for the other one. Oh my gosh, they're here. Delightful. We have Marabel standing by. I rushed over just as soon as my work allowed. Did you see our darling Seneschal Prince? Doesn't he look splendid in that outfit? He does. And so does Naya. Do we have anyone else? I'm trying to be a little bit more deliberate because during the last event I actually passed by 2 NPCs and didn't realize it until I was reviewing my footage and walking around again. Ah, we have the Songbirds on stage now.
She's so lovely. Tra-la-la-la-la. My precious Norami.
Anything else?
See you at our next performance.
Bye for now.
Hope you had as much fun as I did.
So this is a cute environmental cycle here, where the Songbirds will come out and then the Seneschal Prince will come out, and they'll just keep alternating. Next show, any moment, anticipation's killing you. I believe she said she couldn't look away. Aha! There's our boy! Hi, Picot! Surrender yourself to wonder. And then he sings. I do think it's funny, though. La 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 la. That his whole gimmick was, over here! We love you! To provide refreshments. But the stand of refreshments is only present during the cutscene. And he sings again. Pamper us all day! Until we meet again. And he leaves, and then the Songbirds will come out next. Alright, and they take their positions of waiting. There they are.
At last! The Songbirds have arrived!
Are we all enjoying the festival?
Here we go! Do-do-da-do! La-dee-da-da!
She's so lovely!
Tra-la-la-la-la!
My precious Norami! And then I believe we're at the point where we first got to the stage
and it's going to loop.
See you at our next performance. Bye for now. Hope you all had as much fun as I did.
Yep, and then the Seneschal Prince comes back out. Alright. Do you have anything new to say, Seneschal?
Thanks to your steady guidance, the Seneschal Prince made an unforgettable first impression. His performance appears to have fired up the Songbirds, and I foresee a lively stage for the future.
Aw, nice. We'll also double check the Handmaiden does not have anything new after you complete the quest. It's still just the peach and cherry confetti. And I'm a little shocked. Like the stage animation NPCs looping is very nice and more than we normally get. But is it really just Pupu and friend and then the homunculi in terms of other NPCs around? I suppose it must be. Which means that concludes my playthrough of Little Ladies Day 2025. Thank you so much for coming along with me. And, if it's not already, what is it? 8 a.m. Pacific on March 17th, you should probably hustle over and get this done. Like, that's a good glam set, and I waited until almost last minute. So, in the off chance that you see this, go. Go. Get yours. Okay. Bye!